With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series fires things off. That's right, we're back in America's heartland, back at Newton, Iowa. Iowa Speedway gonna hold some great racing action out here tonight by these Xfinity Series drivers. A lot of drivers very close in happy hour coming to a conclusion just moments ago. Now under our 5-minute qualifying session. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside here tonight for Swift Motorsports. And man, I'll tell you what, as we begin to roll into the championship side of things here, just one more race. The Charlotte Motor Speedway gonna host the final regular season race next week here for these Xfinity Series drivers. There you see your track information on screen. We'll get rid of that, and we'll go ahead and throw up some of that qualifying information. What do you say? Right there, Jim Ott right now, fastest on the speedway, 24-9. Just edging out that 22 of Todd Cray, and he's going to take the top spot with his second time lap. Quick time tonight belongs to Cray. Looking out there on the track, do not see the Fast 81, a newcomer here in his Toyota Supra. Clark Jenkins was in the top 5 in happy hour. We'll have to wait to see what he can do here in qualifying when it all counts, when it all matters. Just about halfway through this 5-minute qualifying session, and Todd Cray tops the speed charts, 24-7, just edging out that 4 of Jim Ott. Austin Alberton right there in third. Michael Mueller and Justin Gann rounded out your top 5. And I wonder what that 81 is going to be able to put down. We've got about 2 minutes remaining now, getting closer to about a minute and a half here in qualifying. And let's see, Jenkins actually out there on track. There you go. There you see him right there crossing the start-finish line. Let's follow him around on his first-time lap. And Damian Linninger gonna take the top spot, 24-199. Fast time here in qualifying now belongs to Linninger. Jenkins down on the bottom of the raceway through 3 and 4, back up to the wall, crossing the line, second time lap, 5th quickest. He's going to mirror what he did in happy hour. Fast time there for the newcomer. Clark Jenkins not playing around. He's going to go ahead and kick the door in right when he gets here. Damian Linninger going to take that top spot. Doesn't look like anybody else left to qualify. All 22 drivers have put in a time lap. And we've still got about 30 seconds remaining here in qualifying. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, step away from the track for a brief commercial break, then head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back with your starting lineup right here from Iowa Speedway.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
In backtrack side as the drivers roll through final pre-race inspection. We'll roll through a little bit of your championship standings coming into tonight's race. Race number 9 out of the 10 race regular season. There you can find Darren Clement top of the point standings, but not by much. Todd Cray right behind him just by 5 points. 9 points back. Hunter Collier right there in that 98. Jason Harrison, Nick Hunt rounding out your top 5. Adam Pettit, Pierce Maffitt with some solid, consistent runs as of late. He's knocking on the door of a top 5 in the overall point standings. Pettit and Maffitt right there battling with each other. 31, 32 points back. Casey Duncan, Tommy Haynes, Rhett Tucker all round out your top 10. Very close right there through about that mid-pack in your point standings. Going to be a very close race here tonight. I can assure you that, as well as it looks like the final few drivers are indeed making their way to their starting spot. Looks like everybody, everybody through tech in their starting spot. So it looks like we'll go ahead and listen to those bells ringing in the background. You know that sound. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for race number 9 here in Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series, right here from America's heartland, Newton, Iowa. Damian Linenger gonna take the top spot in qualifying. He'll start pole position inside of row number 1, the 22 of Todd Cray, just to his outside. Back in row number 2 here tonight, the 4 of Jim Ott, followed by the 49 of Austin Alberton. Debut race here tonight for that 81 of Clark Jenkins, and he starts in the 5th position. Michael Mueller in the 51, just to his outside. Back in row number 4 here tonight, 2-time race winner, the 30 of Justin Gann. Chad Osborne in the 5, gonna line up just to his outside. Darren Clement and Jarrett Lipster round out your top 10. Casey Duncan, Tommy Haynes rounding out row number 6, row number 7 here tonight. 56 of John Wimbish, followed by the 41 of Pierce Maffitt. Row number 8, the Cuban Missile Rocket. Roy Fernandez going to start in that 15th starting spot. Hunter Collier just to his outside. Gary Wells, Jim Thorndike making up row number 9. Back in row 10 here tonight. the 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr., followed by the 24 of Jeff Glockner. Jason Ayerson, Gary May gonna round out the field here tonight, and that's gonna do it for your starting lineup. We are set to go green flag racing this next time around. The boss man, Upstate Al, gonna drop the hammer here tonight. Gonna put it all underway. Will we see a first-time race winner? Just 4 different winners this season. Todd Cray has 3 wins in his back pocket, but he's going to start outside row number 1. There's that fast bat flip. Sponsored number 2, that Ford Mustang looks to hunt victory lane. Can Damian Liniger not just take the pole position, but can he put it in victory lane? We'll have to wait to see if that holds true. Field getting ready to come off of turn 4 for the first time, and green flag flies. On the gas early, getting a jump. The 2 of Liniger goes fast in the restart box. That was a pretty quick drop of the green flag there. The boss man, Upstate Al, had to be all over it, ready to throw it down, and whoa! Almost a moment there for Todd Cray, almost into that outside wall. Here comes the 49 of Albertson. He's going to now look inside of Jim Ott. He's going to take that position away with ease. Whoa! I was about to say with ease, and off the track he goes. Mowing the lawn here. Looks like Casey Duncan's going to join him. Doing a little landscaping here tonight. Whoa, big moment at the front of the field. We stay green flag racing here at Iowa. And driver's going to have to be very careful on that turn 4 right there. It's very easy to let the car kind of step out, kind of slip out on you a little bit. And if you spin all the way down there, well, as you can tell, as you can see, no caution flag going to come out. iRacing officials as well as the race admins deeming the track clear enough to keep racing, and clear enough to keep racing indeed for these 2 drivers side by side back through turn number 4. Todd Cray looks to take the top spot for the first time at the line. Cray's going to lead that lap. That's going to give us 2 different race leaders here tonight with 2 different lead changes so far. Ooh, not quite clear enough just yet. Liniger gonna fight back on that outside lane. Looks like Jim Ott just kind of waiting in the wings. Don Kidder getting by Andy Starcher. That's for the 23rd position. John Wimbish also passing Chad Osborne for the 8th spot on the track. Osborne and Wimbish gonna swap that position back now as Tommy Haynes gets by Jarrett Lipstruer for the 10th position. Pierce Maffett now making a pass on Lipstruer as well. Alberton passing Gary May back in the 19th position, trying to keep up with everything on the track for you. Now you've got Jim Ott. He's looking to the inside of your pole center. Liniger as he loses touch with Todd Cray. Can Cray make it a back-to-back race winning weekend? We'll have to wait to see. Very long way to go. 140 plus laps still left on the table. You never know what could happen, especially at a short track like this. And I know what you're saying. Well, you know, Dave, it's a mile track. Well, it's just a little shy, about 8, almost 9/10 of a mile to be exact. Track laid out pretty much like Richmond. A lot of similarities here, banking a little bit different, but we'll see how these drivers can handle this 74-degree track temperature. Very cool evening here tonight at Iowa. We'll see if that plays into the hands of a long green flag run, or if we have a little bit of trouble. 2 drivers with trouble already. Casey Duncan had a little bit of trouble earlier here, and I believe it was Austin Alberton with the trouble as well. Yes, it was that 49 Toyota Supra. Went landscaping for a little while, but since has corrected and begins to hunt the front once again. He's down 15 spots from where he started tonight's race, but look for that 49 to be fast and make his way back up through the field. And as we reach lap number 10 this time around, Todd Cray continues to lead after grabbing that top spot from your pole sitter, Damian Liniger, who has been under fire ever since. Jim Ott has been looking to the inside, just not quite able to make the pass yet. Michael Mueller and Justin Gann going at it just behind them, 4th and 5th on the speedway. Darren Clement right behind him. Newcomer debut race here tonight, the 81 of Clark Jenkins. Sitting right there in 7th, John Wimbish, very close as well. Want to take a moment to say how you doing to everybody out there in the TV land checking in with us here tonight. Glad you could all join us. And as always, good to have you. Good to see you. Jess, can always count on you. That's why I just went ahead and said, hey, first off. All right, let's refocus. There you go. Looks like drivers beginning to get a little bit single file through this field, about mid-pack on back. Drivers looking to gain a little bit of time, but looking a little bit more organized, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Forget it. Darren Clement gonna look to take that Busch machine back to a podium spot. Ken, the 32, get the job done here tonight, closing in on these championship races coming up. Atlanta Motor Speedway, Pocono, Dover, and then off to Chicagoland Speedway before we head to Homestead Miami Speedway for the season finale. And Clement, you know, he's looking to repeat what he did last night. He was back in the Performance Truck Series last night out there at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Walked away with a race win, so that 32 looking to continue that trend, but switch it over here, carry that momentum from one team to another. We've seen NASCAR greats do it. We've seen Kyle Larson jump out of one car and into next and go to victory lane multiple times. Darren Clement trying to mimic and mock that somewhat, with walking away with the Truck Series win. Gonna try to take the Xfinity win here tonight at Iowa, and then possibly see what he can get done in the Hyperdrive Motorsports Cup Series tomorrow night right here in Swift Motorsports. But for now, Clement knocks on the door of a top 5, sitting in 6th. Top 2 beginning to step away just a little bit from that 2 of Damian Liniger. He seems to be struggling a little bit with the mid-run pace right now. Liniger falling back just over a second off of Todd Cray, but it's almost 0.8 of a second from Jim Ott, because Todd Cray has got company, that auto owner's insurance. The Chevy Camaro looks to take the top spot away from his fellow Bowtie member. Trying to check on some drivers' pace, and it looks like Austin Alberton slowly climbing back through the timing and scoring charts right now, just inside of the top 20, running in the 19th position. Jarrett Lipstruer, he had a little bit of a moment there on about lap number 2. It was a little bit sideways. The 96 has since recovered, now knocks on the door of a top 10, sitting in 11th. More battles out there on track to check this one out through almost a 3-wide battle coming off of turn 4, coming across the stripe that time by Justin Gann, Michael Mueller, Darren Clement racing it out for 5th and 6th on the speedway. Going to continue to watch this battle unfold here as Michael Mueller, he has been all over that 30 of Justin Gann for about the past 5 to 6 laps. Just not quite able to find the speed down there on the bottom to make that pass work. And now Darren Clement, he's going to try his hand at going to the inside of that 51. Not looking like he's going to have the momentum to get that one done. And it looks like Gary Wells has had some trouble. He's went for some landscaping duties as well. So by the end of this, I think we'll have a great lawn care company down in the infield with all of the drivers with a little bit of trouble off of turn 4 here tonight at Iowa. Clement and Mueller gonna pass that fifth position back and forth for the time being. Michael Mueller gonna have the spot. Clement looking back to the inside. Not quite gonna have the spot this time, going through 1 and 2. Gonna look for a little bit of an advantage with the draft. From the 30 is Mueller looking to try to separate himself just a little bit from Darren Clement, but these drivers still all over each other. Lap 23 now goes on the board. Jump around the track just a little bit back. Well, we were going to jump back there for just a second and watch the battle in the back of this field. Let's go back there once again. What do you say? There you can find that 96 of Jarrett Lipstruer, Roy Fernandez, as well as Pierce Maffitt, John Wimbish. They were all nose to tail going around the track. 10th, 11th, all the way back to 13th. Hunter Collier not too far behind them. There you can see he's got some battles going on around him. Let's check in with these drivers. The 59 GTR Simulator sponsored Chevy Camaro of Jim Thorndike dealing with the 44 of Jason Ayerson. Ayerson sitting right there in 17th, and we can reflect a little bit on last season. What do you say if I've got some time here to spend with you side by side with Ayerson and Thorndike? Very familiar to last season as we're going to reminisce here. Ayerson seemed to have a little bit of a better go of it back in season number 2 here. A little bit of a struggle in season number 3, but still inside the top 5 in the overall point standing. So Ayerson still a solid run so far here this season. Doesn't really have to worry about much as far as making that 16 driver championship grid. But he's going to have to pick up the pace just a little bit. I think the momentum's going to have to start really building for that 44 if he's going to look to have a shot at a championship when we head to Homestead Miami Speedway in about, look for it to be, I believe, about 5 or 6 weeks. About a month from now is when we'll crown a champion. Have to look at the calendar for that one, but excuse me. And we mentioned his name for mowing the grass early here tonight, mentioning his name once again, coming back up through the field of 49 Toyota Supra, piloted by Austin Alberton. Looks to head back to the front where he was before that first incident way back on, I believe it was just lap number 2, has taken him all of 26 laps just to break in to the top 20, and now eyeballing a top 15. Alberton runs in 17th. Gonna jump around the track, go back up to this battle raging on at the front of this field. Still Michael Mueller back there behind Darren Clement, but he's got a newcomer to deal with now. That 81 of Clark Jenkin right behind him, looking to take that 6th spot away as Clement tries to chase back down Justin Gann. Both of those drivers eyeballing your pole sitter. Damian Linegar, who's right there in the 3rd spot, has fallen off the pace quite a bit as Todd Cray, Jim Ott, they begin to stretch their legs at the front of this field. I tell you what, let's go up there, take a little bit of a look at Todd Cray. There you can see him almost a 1 second advantage over Jim Ott as we continue this long green flag run. Clean and green since the drop of the initial green flag here tonight. And drivers closing in on having to make those green flag pit stops. I do believe we should see that somewhere in about the range of 5 to 10 more laps is what we're hearing on the radio. A lot of radio chatter out there about when to come to pit road, the fuel strategy, tire strategy. What do you do here? Do you try to take and extend the run? Maybe just get right sides in fuel? A lot of different strategy plays here at Iowa Speedway. We've seen drivers stay out with old tires with late race cautions and it benefit them. We'll have to wait to see how the tires fare here tonight. Totally different ball game in these Xfinity class cars. As Todd Cray now with just over a 1 second advantage over Jim Ott running in 2nd. Damian Linegar, your pole sitter, sits back in 3rd. Justin Gann right here still battling with Darren Clement. One of your closest battles towards the front of this field, and just behind them it's a 3-car battle. Michael Mueller, Clark Jenkin, and Tommy Haynes all running with each other. 6th, 7th, 8th on the speedway. A 2 second advantage over Roy Fernandez, who just went by the 5 of Chad Osborne. So close racing back through this field as well. All kinds of racing action right here at Iowa Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. You're watching race number 9 in the 15 race season number 3 here for Swift Motorsports. And I tell you what, we've been green flag all 34 laps. Look for these drivers to really extend the fuel here. If you can save some fuel here, gain an extra, I would say, 3 laps. That's going to go a long way by the end of this night as far as the lap times are concerned. If you can keep some good pace and extend the fuel run, you are going to have yourself a very fast hot rod here tonight. Looking like the track cooling down somewhat. We've seen it at 74 degrees at the beginning of happy hour. It went up to right about 79, 80 degrees in qualifying, and it has since dropped 4 degrees back to 76. So it looks like some of the grip coming back into the speedway as the cool air hits the track, and these drivers begin to separate themselves a little bit. Drivers searching around the track looking for some different lines. We should see some different rubber being put down, laid down by these Breezy Acre Dairy Farms Xfinity Series drivers. Still nose to tail, these 3, Michael Mueller, Clark Jenkin, and Tommy Haynes, all trying to decide who's going to run 6th. Trying to decide who's going to run 4th and 5th. Justin Gann, Darren Clement. Both of those 2 drivers continue to go at it. Damian Linegar not really able to separate himself too much. Still under a 1-second gap up there to the tail end of Linegar. But stretching his legs now is Jim Ott, and now Todd Cray, almost a 1.5 second advantage over the field. Cray picking up right where he left off last week at Texas Motor Speedway, looking to go back to victory lane, back-to-back race winning evenings here in the Breezy Acre Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. And can Todd Cray, excuse me, really begin to separate himself in the season? I mean, we've seen the point standings at the beginning of tonight's race. 5 points back is Cray from the overall points leader. Hunter Collier right there, 9 points back. 28 points back is Jason Ayerson. Nick Hunt and Adam Pettit both tied, 31 points back. So pretty close, tight little battle here in the points. Cray starting to separate himself in that winners column, 3 race wins, and it looks like if things hold true to the way they run right now as we knock on the door of a third of the way through tonight's race. And oh, the 11 goes around. Gary Wells has a problem. Wells goes around. We stay green flag, though. iRacing officials deeming the track clear. We stay green flag. I'll tell you what, we've got a little bit of a lull right here in this battle for that 4th and 5th spot. Let's take a look, see what happened to Wells. You can see that AutoZone number 11 Ford Mustang, and just, oh, there it is, outside wall, and it sent him, oh my gosh. That is a hard lick there for that 11 machine. So that's what happened, and you seen the car jump out from under him after contact with the outside wall coming off of turn number 2, and just massive impact even into those inside wall safer barriers. That is a massive blow. And Gary Wells now on pit road. Jim Ott, he's going to look to short pit. He's down to pit road this time by Pierce Maffitt. Look to go. He's going to stay out on track, though. Continue the run here. Todd Cray going to build that lead just a little bit more now as drivers start to eyeball their first round of green flag pit stops. Jumping around the track just a little bit, trying to catch as much of the action as we can. There you can see Jeff Gluckner was able to get by John Wimbish. Hunter Collier having a little bit of a struggle. He remains outside of your top 15. But how about Austin Alberton? After a big-time moment early here tonight on lap number 2, cutting the grass for pretty much the entire front stretch, he dropped outside of your top 20, and now Alberton knocking on the door of a top 10. He runs in the 13th position, trying to close in on Jason Harrison, Chad Osborne, Pierce Maffett, Jarrett Lipstruer sits up there at 9th. How about the Cuban missile rocket, Roy Fernandez, now running in the 8th position. He's up 7 spots from where he started tonight's race. Gonna watch this battle unfold for just a moment, because there you see the fresh tires on that auto insurance number 4 Chevy Camaro down on the bottom of the speedway. Want to take a look at these lap times here with Jim Ott. Last time around 24.94, race leader at 25.61, so not quite a full second difference on those lap times yet. So I think Cray may decide to stay out here and extend this run just a little bit. Side by side racing action now. Gluckner looks to the inside of Alberton right there in that 49, looking to recover from a big time moment. Damian Leninger gonna head into turn number 1. This 3-car battle still going on. Darren Clement, Tommy Haynes, Michael Mueller, Clark Jenkin. 4th all the way back through 7th. Roy Fernandez trying to close in some distance, but the battle right now on the speedway is between Jim Ott and Chad Osborne. He's going to get by Osborne for that 20th position. And that's going to do quite a bit for Jim Ott. He's only got to get back by Stephen Ayers Jr. to get himself in the lucky dog position. And the rest of this field has yet to come down to pit road. Looks like Austin Alberton going to go ahead, wave the white flag. He's going to come get his tires. Fuel in service. Gary May, Stephen Ayers Jr., Damian Leninger, all going to come to pit road that time by. Craig, Gann, Clement, Haynes, Mueller round out your top 5. Just about, well, we are a third of the way through tonight's race as we take a lap number 52 this time by out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 2,000 subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends to tell their friends' friends, and we can all be friends. Join us in that push. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you as we're under this green flag pit stop conditions. A big mix of bags as Todd Craig going to bring that 22 down to pit road and give up the race lead to Justin Gann. That's going to give us our 3rd different race leader here tonight amongst 3 different drivers. We'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out after this round of green flag pit stops. Darren Clement still right there trying to get by Justin Gannon. Both of those drivers gonna peel off for pit road. Looks like Michael Mueller may elect to come to pit road as well. There's Mueller slowing, coming to pit road. Jim Thorndike, he's gonna work his way off of turn number 2, head down the backstretch into turn number 3. Will Thorndike stay out on the track? No, he's gonna peel off to pit road. And how about this Jim Ott coming to pit road on lap number 53? Almost, what is that, 12 laps ago? 12 to 13 laps ago. And look at the gap he was able to put, not on just the second place runner now, Damian Leninger, who gained a ton on Todd Cray, but look at that gap back to Todd Cray, almost 4.5 seconds. You're seeing that dissipate quite rapidly as he's already got about 13 to 15 laps on his tires already as Jim Ott, but you gotta do something different. If you just see the pace falling off a little bit, you gotta do something different. You gotta give yourself a chance. You gotta give yourself a shot, and that is what the four and his crew did with that short pit. Big undercut to pit road 7 laps prior to Damian Liniger, and it looks like 10 laps before Todd Cray. So if we see this long green flag run continue to trend on here tonight, look for the four to be off sequence for the rest of the night. And you gotta wonder, is it going to be a situation where he ends up needing one more pit stop or just a little bit more fuel by not extending the fuel run? Or has he calculated it from the back to the front, and that's when the fuel window opened? Who knows? Only their crew chief, spotters, and drivers know. We'll have to wait to see how this race strategy pans out and plays out for these drivers here tonight. As you can see, scrolling across on that ticker for you, some upcoming race events here in Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Next week, we head to the Queen City. That's right, the beast of the Southeast, Charlotte Motor Speedway, going to host the last regular season race. Then we'll begin this championship run at Hot Atlanta. That's right, Atlanta Motor Speedway going to host round 1 in the championship chase. Then we'll head to the Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway August 18th. And hey, happy birthday to me at Dover August 25th, one of the greatest days of the year. That's right, Dave in the Cave gonna celebrate all night in the cave and all night with these drivers at Dover. What a fitting way, you know. Miles the Monster gonna be on hand. We're gonna be in the cave kicking it for the birthday. Sounds like a good day to me. And yeah. All right, enough about that. Let's get back to the action on the track there. You can see 3-car battle right there. Ooh, Roy Fernandez trying to make his way by a few of these back markers. Jeff Gluckner struggling to keep himself on the lead lap, has since fallen back off the lead lap, listed as the first driver 1 lap down, sitting in the 17th position. He's battling with that 18 Great House Toyota Super piloted by Casey Duncan. We haven't mentioned much of Duncan since he mowed the grass there on lap number 2. Kind of followed suit with Austin Albertson. Albertson able to recover just a tick better. He runs in 12th, still on the lead lap. The 49 looking for some pace. And now you can see what those older tires are doing for the field up at the front. Damian Liniger beginning to close in on Jim Ott. Can Liniger get by and reclaim the race lead? They'll go side by side through turns 1 and 2. Liniger on the high side. Not gonna be much of a fight. Fresh tires gonna prevail. Liniger gonna give us our 5th different lead change of the night amongst 4 different drivers. Todd Cray gonna make his way by as well. And here comes that 18 of Casey Duncan. He's trying to get himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way we seen last night. Drivers fighting hard at Charlotte Motor Speedway to try to get themselves back on the lead lap in the Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Performance Truck Series. We see that trend again here tonight. Duncan just behind your race leaders. Jim Ott has since fallen about 1.3 seconds off of Todd Cray, so already falling back into the clutches of Justin Gann, who sits about 3 seconds behind the race leaders, who are now side by side working their way off of turn number 4. 22 to the inside, 2 on the outside, just like they started this race, except they'll swap those positions. 2 now stuck on the high lane trying to make it work. 7 lap fresher tires for Todd Cray. This shouldn't be much of a fight, and there you can see not much of a fight. Liniger going to look for the crossover, not going to be there, not going to be able to get that spot back. Cray going to reassume the race lead. 6th different lead change here tonight. Going to try to jump around now for a little bit of racing action all around this track. Let's see what we got out there. Let's see if we have any more battles. Looks like Darren Clement right there getting ready to close in on Justin Gann. Man, when will this battle end? It has been there all night long. But how about this? Here's a battle. Clark Jenkins just about 4/10 of a second out in front of Roy Fernandez. There you can see that AC Delco sponsored number 3 of Fernandez as he tries to run down Jenkins and take a 6th spot away. He's got a little bit of a ways to go to catch up to Darren Clement and get himself into a top 5 position, but you never know what happens. Should we see one of those mid-race cautions, strategy may begin to play into hand. Still a long way to go. Still a long way till we find out who walks away with the checkered flag in their back pocket, who walks away with that momentum, as well as there you can see that GTR Simulator sponsored machine, the Serve Pro 59. Oh, looks like he may have had some funding changes going on inside that shop. We do apologize. Thorndike out there in the Serve Pro 59 this week here at Iowa Speedway. Thorndike listed off of the lead lap back, running 3rd on the list of drivers, 1 lap down. Casey Duncan, Jeff Gluckner, first 2 drivers, 1 lap down, 17th to 18th on the speedway. And now Jim Ott really paying the price for those older tires, dropping all the way back now to 5th as Justin Gann and Darren Clement both making their way by. Ott struggling on the pace now as he was last to pit road almost 30 laps ago, back on lap number 43. Ott's tires screaming for some help out there. I don't think anybody's going to come to his aid. We have a few drivers packed up running with each other. You can see just off in the background there for a moment, Roy Fernandez running on the track. He's trying to chase down Clark Jenkins, and he has got company back behind him. The Serve Pro 59 of Jim Thorndike still right there running with Fernandez. Sorry about that. Austin Albertson sitting in the 13th position trying to chase down Tommy Haynes. I tell you what, why don't we go back to this little battle? It's one of our closest battles. Pierce Maffitt just off in front of them. Maffitt trying to take his Toyota Supra a little bit further up through the field. Continue the strong runs that 41 car has been able to produce as of late. Hunter Collier right there as well, trying to bring his 17 his 98 machine a little bit closer to this 3-car battle. And as these drivers continue this battle, looking at the timing and scoring, he is slowly but surely chopping away at that tree trunk. A few more laps side by side racing like this with these 3, and he'll be on scene soon. John Wimbish, Gary May, they're going to go at it. Wimbish going to get by Hunter Collier there for the 14th position as well. Wimbish fired up, heading towards the front now. He's got a long way to recover to try to take over the race lead. But Wimbish beginning to hunt the front now. We'll jump right here just a little bit further up through the field. 1 second. Let's check out what's going on with Darren Clement. Falling off pace just a little bit. He's lost about a 1 second gap now to Justin Gann, able to walk away from Jim Ott with about a second between himself and Ott. And man, what a green flag run here. Lap 79 now underway out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We have already seen the cross flags here tonight, already past that halfway point. And these drivers, they ain't playing around. Casey Duncan now going to get by Hunter Collier for the 15th spot on the speedway. Gary May passed Casey Duncan the lap before that. Duncan going to get that spot back and more as he now runs in the 15th position. John Wimbish up to 14th. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit more, see what we see. Let's check in on your race leader, who's working his way through that lap traffic. There you can see John Wimbish falling victim to your race leader, going the first car one lap down. He's got the 18 of Casey Duncan tucked in right behind him. Duncan's going to try to keep himself in that lucky dog position, trying to make up some time on Wimbish. Going to get a little closer to the action. Why don't we jump back here? Looks like we're going to have a battle begin to unfold between Justin Gannon and Damian Liniger. Both of those drivers have been to victory lane. Your top three, as a matter of fact, have been to victory lane this season. Only driver not inside the top five that has been to victory lane is Rhett Tucker, and Tucker not making the trip cross country here to Iowa Speedway tonight. Unfortunately, Tucker not able to make tonight's race, so he's going to miss out just a little bit on the point side of things as we continue green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway. Lap number 84 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance now underway. And we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, race fans, but don't worry, you won't miss a thing as we go swift side by side. trackside with sights and sounds coming right at you. Right into your living room there, you can see your race leader, Todd Craig, leading a big pack of cars around this speedway. Up close and personal here. What a run. Some great camera shots as well. I tell you what, why don't we see if we can't jump on board here with Justin Gann. Take a little look-see at what he sees here. Whoa, that 49 almost into the outside wall. Looked like he had a little bit of contact there with that outside wall. We'll jump back outside of the car once again. My goodness. Driver still laying down some quick times, but Todd Cray has stepped away. 2.8 second advantage over the field as they cross the line to begin lap number 93 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. And we are knocking on the door of 100 laps in to tonight's race, which means we are getting closer and closer to the end of this regular season. And man, I tell you what, it's been quite a journey so far this season. We've had a few newcomers come in. We've had some great day. Whoa, John Wimbish, all sorts of out of shape. We've had some great debut races by a handful of drivers here throughout the seasons with Swift Motorsports, BUTTKICKER, Breezy Acres, Dairy Farms, Xfinity Series. And I'm wondering which one of these rookies are going to step up to the plate and really knock the door in, really assert themselves and say, you know what, I know some of you've been here before, I know some of you've been here long ago, but I'm here now, and this is the way it's going down. Not just show up to run well, but show up to win, show up to show out, and show up to dominate. When will we see one of those newcomers do it? Right now, Clark Jenkins, he's doing a fine job at making a great impression. There you can see him. He's getting his way just past Jim Ott. That's going to break him into a top 5, and it looks like Jim Ott, slow on the track. He's going to come to pit road this time by Gary May. Going to come to pit road as well. He'll join that 4 machine down onto pit road, so those green flag pit stops are going to begin. Will Cray stay out as long as he did the first time? 20 laps after Jim Ott came to pit road is when Todd Cray headed to pit road last time. Will we see that 22 extend that run that deep again this time, knowing that he lost the lead for a handful of laps there after that green flag pit stop? Is the strategy still there? Are they gonna change it? What's gonna happen here? And I don't know. I think Jim Ott may be in trouble. I really think he might be in trouble. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to extend the run that much further in his third and what could be the final run. It looks like drivers only going to have to make 2 pit stops as John Wimbish and Stephen Ayers Jr., they now come to pit road. Looking at it, Todd Cray, Damian Liniger both onto pit road back at lap number 50. So in 53. So they're going to have to come down to pit road somewhere right around this time. Damian Liniger going to have to come back down to pit road somewhere in the next lap or two. Todd Cray is going to have a little bit of buffer zone. And speaking of that, we're going to look at this little battle right here. Pierce Maffitt, he's going to pull the pit road. There's Darren Clement, Damian Liniger, Justin Gann, all going at it with each other once again. Throw them under a blanket. Roy Fernandez going to bring the AC Delco number 3 machine down to pit road this time, as well as Hunter Collier back in the 16th position. The 98 Toyota Supra going to pull the pit road. What do these 3 drivers do this time around? Casey Duncan, you can see him still fighting. I believe Duncan still listed 1 lap down, but oh, Justin Gann's got to get slowed down. Did he make it in time? Clark Jenkins also going to come to pit road. Liniger on to pit road as well. Cray and Clement still out on the track. Todd Cray with a 4.2 second advantage over Darren Clement running in that second spot. And well, when you have momentum on your side, when you have the confidence you're able to do some pretty big things. Darren Clement, he's walked away last night from Charlotte Motor Speedway with a checkered flag. Gonna try to capture the flag here tonight. Still got quite a bit of racing left to do to get that done. Upwards of 45 laps still remaining here tonight, as Jason Ayrson gonna call it quits and come to pit road this time around. Casey Duncan also gonna give up on the green flag run right here. He's gonna get some fresh tires and fuel. The 49 of Austin Albertson, who broke into the top 5 for just a brief moment, he's going to bring his Toyota Supra down to pit road for what could be the final service of the race. And as we see these drivers, Todd Cray, Darren Clement, and Tommy Haynes, extend the run just as long as they did last time, we're really starting to see that strategy unfold. They've got almost the entire field listed one lap down. Jim Thorndike running in the 4th position, listed one lap down, as Todd Cray gonna peel off of the raceway and come to pit road this time around. Darren Clement gonna stay out. He's gonna grab the top spot. That's gonna give us our 7th different lead change of the night. 4 different drivers. What does Tommy Haynes do? Looks like Haynes gonna stay out on the track. And Clement gonna extend it one more lap, I think, here. Yes, he's gonna try to put Todd Cray one lap down. He's gonna hope for a late race caution. He's gonna hope to trap that 22 one lap down, or at least hope to catch him in a lucky dog position where he's gonna have to start at the tail end of the longest line. Out of his box, up to speed now, rejoining the track. Todd Cray's going to give up a position to Damian Linegar. Jim Ott going to come by Todd Cray as well. Justin Gann right there. This is where the battle's at. Look at this 4-car battle right now. Damian Linegar just out in front of Justin Gann, Jim Ott, Todd Cray. They're all nose to tail going at it. John Limbish now listed as the first driver, one lap down in the 11th position. Chad Osborne in the 5 machine just out in front of Linegar, your race leader. So we have got a ton of racing going on right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network just after our 2nd round of green flag pit stops. And I think that might be it to the end. And oh no, Darren Clement gonna come to pit road. Tommy Haynes gonna come to pit road as well. Clement gonna give up a handful of positions. Looks like he's gonna end up rejoining the race right around that 7th position, losing a little bit of time through that round of green flag pit stops. Damian Linegar, big gain for now, as Justin Gann begins to try to close in. Todd Cray not too far off of him, as a matter of fact, all over him, looking to the inside now, looking to take that 2nd spot away. The Pets in Paradise Infinite Hero number 22. Oh, and there we have it. Caution flag. Caution on the speedway late in tonight's race, lap number 110. We see the caution flag fly for the first time here tonight. I tell you what, let's see if we can't figure out what all happened here. Why don't we jump to the replay, find out what happened and how it all went down. Oh, and it looks like, oh, there's the contact right there between the 32 of Darren Clement, and it looks like that may have been the 81 possibly involved. Possibly Jarrett Lipstruer. We'll have to get a little closer to the action. I think we do have another camera angle. They're giving me the nod, so let's go to another replay advantage here. There's the 98 of Hunter Collier actually in the 49, just missing the tail end of the 49. And how about the hard pancake right there for Collier? That is a hard lick. Man, that is definitely going to hurt. I tell you what, why don't we take one more look at it here? from Collier's vantage point. There you can see him, and just all of a sudden, nowhere to go. That is rough. You could hear the RPM drop. You could hear the change in the engine sound. That 98 has got some heavy engine trouble. There you can see Justin Gann trying to make the run off of pit road. He's not going to grab that away from Leninger. Todd Craig going to get out in front as well. Looks like the 32 has not come to pit road. Pierce Maffitt has yet to come to pit road as well. So we may have a little bit of a mix-up coming back to the green flag. We'll have to wait to see what happens here. And no, Darren Clement, he's staying out. I don't think he's going to come to pit road. Pierce Maffitt in the 41 machine, he went ahead and come down pit road. The 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. sitting back there right behind Darren Clement. He was looking to see if he couldn't get himself back onto the lead lap somehow. And there you can see a few cars just off in front of Clement. They should receive a wave around. That's really going to help Jim Thorndike out. That's going to put him back onto the lead lap. Austin Albertson also going to get himself back onto the lead lap. John Wimbish, Casey Duncan, they should get themselves back on the lead lap as well. Man, a lot of different things going on. Pit boss Tommy Haynes, man, I love it. I tell you what, we normally don't use I was gonna switch to a different camera that we typically don't use because it's just not yeah. Anyways, we won't go there. Anyways, got one of them myself. It's amazing. If you haven't tried a Pit Boss pellet smoker yet, man, I'm telling you, you don't know what you're missing. For those of you that haven't been in, and I know I'm getting off the subject here, but it's a caution flag, right? Dave can do this. If you like pulled pork, if you like barbecue, if you like smoked meat, as far as brisket, burnt ends, meat candy, if you like your ribs fall off the bone, barbecue smoked ribs, man, I'm telling you what, if you're not into the stick burner, having to man the fire, keep the temperature, keep adding your logs and things of that nature, if that's a little intimidating for you, if that's a little well, scary to say the least, grab you one of these pellet smokers, and I suggest one of the Pit Boss series. I have two of them actually, one here at the house and one down at the lake spot that we have. And it is absolutely amazing. Almost a set it and forget it. Great grills. And man, Tommy, shout out to you, big man, putting that on the hood. I like it. I like it. All right, back to what we're supposed to be doing here, right? You know, enough about Dave's opinion, you know, it's just Dave. Side by side, Darren Clement, after contact and trouble, he's going to stay out on the track. He's going to try his hand at staying out, and I don't know, missing the rear deck lid usually doesn't turn out to go very well. We'll have to see how it all shakes out for him, though. Nonetheless, iRacing pace car lights are off. It drops down to the pit road, and green flag flies as Darren Clement gonna nail the gas. Todd Cray looking to get by Damian Leninger for that second position. They'll battle side by side for that. A little bit. Whoa! Big moment there. Leninger into the outside wall. Everybody trying to go around. Jim Ott looks like he was stacked up and having some trouble there, trying to get by the 32 of Darren Clement. Big time stack up. Justin Gann now goes side by side for the fourth position with Leninger. We'll back up from the track just a little bit. Try to bring you some more camera angles and different views, vantage points. Let's go with some of the grandstand view right here across the speedway. This is what a lot of the fans in the stands here on the front stretch there. You can see them all. Packed house here tonight. Sold out crowd to watch the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. Whoa, and contact! Contact! Damian Liniger, trouble and more contact! Oh my gosh! More drivers around, drivers crashing to the inside, and somehow we stayed green flag racing. Oh my gosh, Darren Clement caught up, Damian Liniger involved, as well as Jarrett Lipstruer, and we stayed green flag racing with all of that taking place. Oh my gosh. Woo. Drivers are not gonna be happy out there on the speedway. A few of them, we can already hear some of the race chatter. Not very happy with some of the contact out there being had tonight. Liniger, tough go of it. Hard impact into the outside wall, and around he went. Jarrett Lipstruer also hard impact. Both of those drivers have been able to get to pit road and are having the crew look the car over, and they're going to be beating and banging on that machine for just a little while. And well, as we inch closer to just 25 laps to go, why don't we do a little bit of house cleaning here tonight? Haven't hit that up yet so far tonight at Iowa Speedway. Race number 9 for Swift Motorsports, Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. 22 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 20 on the track if you include the 19 of Liniger as well as Jarrett Lipstruer. Both of those drivers still on the track trying to get their machines fixed up. Michael Mueller, Gary Wells, only 2 drivers listed out of the race here tonight. And that's going to leave us with just 14 drivers on the lead lap. The 10 of Gary May sitting in that 14th position. We've seen Hunter Collier right there in that 98 machine. Collier was involved with a little bit of a race incident. What brought out our first caution flag of the evening, involved with some contact with the 32 of Darren Clement. And now Collier paying the price for that contact. Hard licking to the outside wall. And he has fallen off the pace, now down in the 15th position, listed 1 lap down. Close little battle at the front of the field, though. Let's not forget about what's going on up here. Race leader Todd Cray. About a half a second over Jim Hunt. Justin Gann 0.6 back from there, so just about 1 second back is Gann. And you can see Gann has found a little bit of pace with just about 26 laps remaining. 9 different lead changes here tonight amongst just 4 different drivers. Will Jim Hunt be able to get himself back to that top spot? He's right here fighting for it. Can he get that job done? Gonna look around the track, see if we can't bring you some good racing action. There you can see the 49 of Austin Alberton just out in front of the 32 of Darren Clement. Clement falling back through the field after 2 racing incidents here. Clement back in the 12th position as Wimbish and Alberton. They're going to begin to go at it. Casey Duncan has a fight on his hands because the 56 has closed in on him. Alberton having a little bit of connection issues. We'll switch off over here to somebody else. And there you can see that 2 of Damian Liniger. Heavily damaged. Trouble for him here tonight after walking away with the fast time and qualifying. Your pole sitter has found late race trouble. Big time issue tonight for the 2 of Damian Liniger. He's going to look to have a little bit of a better go at it tomorrow night in the Hyperdrive Motorsports Cup Series right here at Iowa Speedway. So the seat time, the extra seat time here tonight for Liniger started off looking very promising. Unfortunately, ending in a little bit of tragedy, but still learning a lot about the raceway, learning a lot about the tires here tonight is Linninger. So still running strong, still soldiering on. Linninger runs back in the 19th position, sitting 3 laps down here tonight. Hunter Collier still listed as the first driver, 1 lap down back in the 15th position. Tough battle here between Austin Alberton and John Wimbish. Not much of a battle at the front of the field. Todd Craig, Justin, and Jim Ott separating themselves just a little bit from Justin Gann now. And how about Clark Jenkin? We're going to go up to here to this guy. Let's jump up here real quick. We got to give this driver some credit. We got to give him his dues, and we're going to get right to that right here as we run down your driver highlights and spotlights. Let's hit up your top 5 with 20 to go. Driver at the front of the field. This is now his 3rd time leading the race here tonight from Iowa Speedway. Todd Craig sits in that top spot. Just behind him in the Pure Ink Auto Owners Insurance, the Jackson, Michigan native, Jim Ott, looking to capture a podium spot here tonight. The 4's been running top 5 all night long. Can Jim Ott finish off strong here tonight with a podium? How about this guy from Virginia Beach, the 4X Racing member, Justin Gann, looking to pilot that 30 machine to a podium spot as well. Can he get the Ford Mustang up there and keep it up there? Well, he is there, running in the 3rd and final podium position here tonight. Oh, and caution on the speedway. Oh, no. We still got to give it to this man right here, Clark Jenkin. First time on the track with these boys here tonight in the Xfinity Series, and he runs in 4th. And this man right behind him, Lansing, Michigan's very own Cuban Missile Rocket. That's right, Roy Fernandez rounds out your top 5. Caution flag on the speedway with just about 16 laps to go. Caution flag going to fly on lap 134 here tonight, and it looks like we may have had a few drivers off track having some troubles. Why don't we check back here and see what happened with John Wimbish? There you can see the contact with Alberton, and around he goes. That's a look from inside the cockpit. Let's take a look back one more time, see what happened to bring this caution out. Oh, and up the track, it looks like, just up the track, sliding a little bit. Looked like the 56 lost a little bit of grip there. Came right up and across the track and into the side of that 49 of Alberton. There you go. Just close quarters racing and contact. Those 2 drivers spin through the infield. It's going to be enough to bring the caution flag out. And that will bring the field to a crawl for a 2nd time here tonight, as drivers are down on pit road for what should be the... Oh my gosh, did you see that? Wow. We switched cameras. I tell you what, you did a great job right there. That was some great timing to switch to the pit exit camera right when Todd Craig, Jim Ott, and Justin Gann were racing off of pit road for the race lead. I don't know how much closer that pit road, the race off of pit road, could have been right there. That was, wow. That's all I can say. Absolutely crazy race off of pit road. Well, race fans, 14 to go. Looks like we'll have, I believe, 13 laps, 12 laps possibly to go green flag racing. When we go back green flag racing left in tonight's 150 lap event. Who you got? Let's see who you got out there in the chat. Type it on in there. Let me see who you got. I'm going with a dark horse. I got to go with a driver that nobody knows his potential really right now, at least that I know of. Newcomer, running well here tonight, running strong in happy hour, ran well in qualifying, qualified inside the top 5. He now is going to restart second car outside lane. I think the man to watch right here on this restart, because he's got nothing to lose. There you can see him just to the outside of Justin Gann, that 81. Clark Jenkins, I think he's going to be the one to watch right here on this restart. I think he's going to be the one with the most to gain with the least to lose. I mean, he's not in that championship points race at all. You can throw complete caution at the wind if you want to. You can just go at it right here. Throw the kitchen sink at it, going down on pit road, getting those fresh tires and fuel. And I'm telling you, man, watch that 81. Let's hear it, race fans. Who you got? Who's your pick? Who do you think is going to be able to take advantage of this late race caution and walk away with the checkered flag here tonight? I mean, I hate to spoil the show for Todd Cray. I'm a big Cray fan. Love the guy. He's a great race car driver. Has been to victory lane multiple times throughout multiple series here in Swift Motorsports. But I don't want to take an obvious pick on the front row. I mean, yeah, he's been the fastest all race long. He's had the biggest leads of the race. But Todd Cray now going to have to deal with Jim Ott and Justin Gann right on his bumper for a restart. He's going to have to deal with Roy Fernandez lining up in 5th. Fernandez has yet to go to victory lane in the series so far this season. Will we see him get to pit road? How about Pierce Maffitt? Where did he come from? He was struggling a little bit, now knocking on the door of a solid top 5 finish. I'm telling you, this is about to get crazy. Gonna go to the spotter stand for the restart. iRacing pace car down and away, and green flag flies as Todd Cray jumps on the loud pedal and yards the field. By the time they cross the line, and there you can see that 81 with a big run on the outside. He's going to take the 3rd position, look to take 2nd away from Ott for a moment. Now Justin Gann going to fight back on the inside. They'll go side by side, 2 rows deep, doubled up. There you can see that 5 of Chad Osborne. He's trying to get the Fox machine up through this field. Fernandez going to drop a spot. Here comes Casey Duncan and Pierce Maffitt. Justin Gann going to go side by side with Clark Jenkins right there in that 3rd and 4th position. They've got the 5 of Chad Osborne, Casey Duncan, Roy Fernandez, Pierce Maffitt, Tommy Haynes still right there. And how about Jim Thorndike? He's turned his race around. He was 1 lap down. He's now sitting inside the top 10. There you can see that 59 Serve Pro sponsored machine just out in front of the 49 of Austin Alberton. And it looks like John Wimbish has been through the grass once again, and he takes his Ford Mustang to pit road. The Texaco Havoline driver has had a handful of trouble here tonight. And Wimbish going to pull the car to pit road with just 8 laps to go. We're going to jump back to the front. Todd Cray beginning to step away from Jim Hunt. Clark Jenkins able to get by Justin Gann. Chad Osborne, Casey Duncan getting by as well. What has happened to Justin Gann? He's falling into the clutches of Roy Fernandez. Tommy Haynes right there. Pierce Maffitt still with a solid top 10 right here. I'm telling you, this is getting hot and heavy right through the back end of the top 10 right now. Justin Gann with a little bit of a struggle. Wonder if he only took, it looks like he did take 4 tires, but the car kind of seems like maybe a 2-tire response out there. Interesting little run here for Justin Gann, falling back through the field with just 6 laps to go. Todd Cray going to lead this field down into turn number 3 and come around to see the boss man waving high. How you doing, buddy? High five. 5 laps to go for your race leader, Todd Cray. He's looking to go back to back race-winning performances right here in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. And I don't think Ott's got it. I don't think he's got the pace inside the car to get that. But how about this man? I said it before we went back green flag racing. I said, watch this guy. And he's not letting me down right now. Jenkins gonna make his debut race and walk away with a podium. Or at least it seems that way. 4 laps remaining, 3 when we cross the line, this time by Jim Ott way up the speedway in turns 3 and 4. He's going to give up a little bit of ground to Jenkins, and Osborne starting to close in on the tail end of Jenkins just a little bit as we work our way back off of turn number 2, back down the backstretch. Once again, close little battle. There you can see Tommy Haynes beginning to close in on Justin Gannon. He's going to take that 6th spot away. They'll switch and swap it back in 4th one more time. Popsicle sticks for your race leader, Todd Cray, the Infinite Warrior Pets for Paradise. 22 is Chevy Camaro is out, and he gone. He gone. Todd Cray half a second advantage over Jim Hunt, who's got a 7/10 of a second advantage over this battle on screen between Clark Jenkins and Chad Osborne. White flag, final lap. This time around for Todd Cray, just smooth sailing, nobody in front. And Jim Hunt getting a little bit smaller in that rear view mirror. Cray down the backstretch for the final time and into turn 3. It's smooth sailing from here. Cray looking to cross the line and checkered flag. Todd Cray walks away with yet another checkered flag here in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. He's going to take the top spot and enjoy back-to-back race winning performances. Jim Hunt, Clark Jenkins going to walk away in the 3rd and final podium spot. Justin Gann dropping back to 6th after restarting in the 3rd position. And we'll watch that 22 celebrate a little bit more. Enjoy the smoke show, race fans. Tell you what, let's see if we can't get a little closer to it. Can we see it? Can we see it? Ah, come on, give it to us. There it is, smoke show at a Todd Cray. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here at Iowa Speedway. back track side is there. You can see your race winner, Todd Gray, sitting in the car waiting for his moments to talk to you, bring some words to the fans. But first and foremost, let's see if we can talk to one of the drivers that walked away with a podium spot here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up the driver inside of that 81 machine. Clark, it's Dave in the booth. You got your ears on, bud? Hey man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with a solid podium here tonight in your debut here in the Xfinity series?
With the sim really took a big break, but it's fun to come back. The talent's unbelievable. So many of these guys are so fast, and it was great to learn from them all race long. Feel bad. I don't know what happened with me and Justin there late in the race. I think we touched a little bit. He got sideways. If that one's on me, I'm sorry to him. We've had plenty of good battles together. But no, it was a fun race, solid night. I had nothing for Todd. He was too good up there.
Well, Todd's pretty good, but you know, let's not let him know that.
I'm with it.
Well, Clark, being this has been the first time that I've seen you at all, really. And nothing wrong with that. You know, it's great to have you around. Great to have you back on the track. What's your plans moving forward from here? Are we going to start seeing a little bit more of you?
Yeah, definitely, man. I had fun tonight, and I was not normally a good track for me, so I was just hoping for a top 10, let alone a podium. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be back for some more races. I'm gonna try to finish the season out. But I haven't had this much fun in a while, man. It was fun moving around and racing some really good competition. So hopefully you'll see me back next week.
All right. Well, my man, it was a pleasure to have you back on track. Pleasure to see you making some great racing moves out there, having some great racing action all night long here at Iowa Speedway. So before we let you go, Clark, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home at the shop?
Yeah, I got a few. Everybody at ECM, man. Todd has been so helpful since I joined the sim, and Darren too. Those two have taught me so much, and how to perfect my racecraft and save tires. Todd's a savior for short tracks. I don't think I ever would have won one without him. Peak Performance Motorsports, Glitch Energy, Surfshark, Burnt Rubber Media, and Infinite Hero Foundation. I appreciate you broadcasting. I'm looking forward to watching this one tonight.
All right, my man. Well, we'll see if we can't catch up with you again when you hit the track.
I hope so.
All right, there you have it. Final words from the driver. Happy to be back at the track. Happy to have some great racing action, some awesome side-by-side battles all night long for Clark Jenikin here in the 81 machine, getting the job done. He's going to walk away with the third position here tonight, and that's going to move us right along to the driver that walked away with yet another podium position for him. Let's see if we can't dial up our good buddy here for Jim Hunt. It's Dave in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Dave.
Hey man, how you doing? How you feeling? And you can't say disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed. Gosh, I just wish I had a little bit more for Todd tonight, but obviously the class of the field, so as usually is. But yeah, very, very proud of the run this evening.
Walk us through a little bit of the strategy that you were trying to go with here tonight. We noticed that you came to pit road about 10 laps sooner than Todd did on that first round of green flag pit stops. Were you going to have enough fuel to make it all the way to the end on that last green flag run?
Yeah, actually, I was about 8 or 10 to the good if we would have gone green, but yeah, my strategy was, and obviously it didn't work out, but I was hoping to get in front of Todd and have like a nice little lead and hopefully have the same wear off as he got to me, but I could never really get through traffic as clean as I wanted, so I'd never built up the lead that I needed, but I really needed that last caution that came out, or second to last caution, to kind of bunch up the field because I had a really good car on the short run, so gave everything I had. He's just so fast.
Well, you walked away with a handful of laps led here tonight, Jim. Gonna help you out a little bit in the point standings moving forward from here. So, with all that being said, congratulations on yet another podium finish here in Swift Motorsports. And before we let you go, you know the drill. Mike's yours.
Yeah, I appreciate everything Swift does and the admins and stuff, and you in the booth. So thank you so much. Looking forward to watching the replay this evening.
All right, Jim. Well, my man, we'll see if we can't catch up with you when we hit the track next time. Maybe at Charlotte, possibly Atlanta or Pocono. You never know, huh?
Yeah, it sounds great. Need to get some strong finishes before the playoffs. So we'll see what we can do.
All right, there you hear Jim Ott needing to get some strong finishes and get the playoffs started in the right direction for him and that 4 crew. Can the Pure Ink Auto Owners Insurance, sponsored number 4, turn the season around and be knocking on the door for a championship by the time we head to Homestead Miami Speedway? We'll have to wait to see. But first, Jim Ott gonna slot home in the second position, and well, you know him. We know him. They know him. Everybody knows him. He's back in victory lane once again. Todd Cray, what's up, man?
Yeah, whew, what a solid race we had there.
It was absolutely a great race all night long, man. You guys had a very long opening round of green flag runs there, almost 2 pit stops, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was, got the lead there, put on cruise control a little bit, and then once I got close to pit stops, I was trying to monitor and see what everybody was doing. I know Jim went in early, so it kind of threw me off a little bit, and I just drove it to the end where I had to come in to get gas, and I see a couple guys that actually had another lap, which was an advantage for them. But yeah, it just played out, and it was just solid, man. The 22 Infinite Hero was just solid.
Yeah, it was a great race night for you. I mean, I don't think you ever dropped outside of the top 5 except for during those round of green flag pit stops, really. And coming into tonight, Todd, you were just 5 points out of the points lead. Darren having a little bit of trouble here tonight in the 32 machine. You're going to walk away with your 4th race win of the season. So is this the peaking point? Are you peaking at the right time for you and the crew to carry this momentum all the way through the chase and into Homestead?
Yeah, I mean, we like to get our momentum together late in the season. Darren's a good buddy of mine. I'm with ECM Motorsports, and Clark as well tonight with ECM Motorsports. So we had a great night, and yeah, we kid with each other a little bit in the radio, but we don't tell each other what our plans are. We're racing hard, so I don't like seeing them have bad luck. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to win it. So we'll take that 22 Infinite Hero in the victory lane.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on walking away with your fourth race win of the season here in the Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series. So, Todd, you know the drill. Thank yous, love you, shout outs.
Yeah, you hit it right there. Breezy Acre Dairy Farms for putting on the show here. Butt Kicker, Swift Motorsports. Jess is out there rooting me on. I see my buddy Pat here from ECM. And always throw it out there for Turn 3 Racing Network, putting on an awesome show. If you go back and watch the broadcast, and yeah, we're going to keep this momentum and put our time in and keep going for that championship.
All right, Todd. Well, we'll keep the door open. We're sure we'll see you back here on these post race interviews before the end of the season. We'll catch up with you again, my man.
All right. Thanks for the solid broadcast, guys.
There you go, Todd Cray getting the job done. 4th race win of the season. Walking away with the checkered flag here in Newton, Iowa, just under a 1-mile track. Cray has been to victory lane in multiple different layouts of track so far this season, a mile and a half already. I do believe he had a half-mile track race win this season as well. So Todd Cray gearing up to get the job done and carry that momentum into the championship chase, into those playoff races, those 4 playoff races before we hit championship night. Cray starting to eyeball a championship inside that 22 Infinite Warrior sponsored machine. And will he get it done? Chances looking pretty good right now. And well, race fans, that's going to do it. Yet another great one in the books here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker, Breezy Acres Dairy Farms. I mean, there's not much left to be done except begin to roll up some of the cords and cut some of the things off. But before then, let's run down your unofficial race results here in race number 9 at Iowa Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Breezy Acres Dairy Farms Xfinity Series, capturing the checkered flag for the 4th time this season. The 22 of Todd Cray goes to victory lane. The 4 of Jim Ott gonna slot home just behind him in second. 3rd place goes to the newcomer, the 81 of Clark Jenikin. 4th place here tonight, Chad Osborne in the 5 machine. Casey Duncan gonna pilot the 18 Great House Toyota Supra home to a top 5. Justin Gann gonna fall just to 6th. The 17 of Tommy Haynes walking away in 17th tonight. Pierce Maffett back in 8th. Alston Alberton, pretty eventful night for him and the 49 crew. They walk away in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the Cuban Missile Rocket, the AC Delco sponsored number 3 machine of Roy Fernandez. Gary May gonna slot home in 11th, 12th place tonight to the 32 of Darren Clement. Jim Thorndike in the 59 Serve Pro machine gonna slot home in 13th. Hunter Collier gonna bring his Collier Motorsports number 98 to the 14th finishing spot. Jeff Gluckner right there in 15th, 16th spot tonight goes to the 31 of Stephen Ayers Jr. Jason Ayerson gonna finish back in 17th. Your pole sitter had some trouble and he falls from grace. The 2 of Damian Liniger gonna finish back in the 18th spot. 19th goes to John Wimbish, while Jarrett Lipstra rounds out your top 20. Michael Mueller gonna round out the 21st spot, and Gary Wells finishes out the running order here tonight in the 22nd finishing position. Big shout out to Don Kidder and Andy Starcher up there in the race control booth, getting the job done, keeping everything straight out there on the track. Big time shout out to you guys for everything you do week in, week out. And with that being said, once again, drop these drivers a thumbs up. Show them you love and support and appreciate all the racing action they bring to you week in, week out, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night. Give these drivers some love, show them some support, drop them a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, 7 days a week. Great racing action, you're home for E-Speed. That's right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with all that being said, race fans, stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.